Hi girls, it's Rose with K&K and Jaclyn from Create and Cultivate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, we are all here to share our aha moment when we found our passion that turned into our purpose and our careers, because we know that that's a huge question within your community and our community. So
I'll kick it off. Yeah, for me, you know what's funny is like there really is aha moments. Like it sounds like it's a cliche, but I feel like it truly does exist. But with Create and Cultivate, it's really interesting because so many people are like, oh my gosh, you started this company, and but it wasn't a company. Basically, it was just an idea. I was running a separate business completely and started that company alone. I was 23 maybe. Had no idea what I was doing and was on the internet looking for help and basically realized it didn't exist, especially for advice for young millennial female founders, essentially. And it was one of those things where I thought, I'm just gonna create this and see what happens. It was never meant to be a business. I never thought I would have employees. And I just thought this is gonna be a great gathering for women to get together. And what it turned into was something that was totally out of my control, really, was the excitement and momentum around it after the first couple of events and after launching the site was women coming to us and really saying, this is amazing, I wanna be part of this, when's the next one, when's the next one? And it was one of those things where I had to make a conscious decision to say, there's so much interest in this thing that I didn't realize was a business or a company or anything. I'm running this other company, which is going well, but like this thing keeps knocking at the door and I have to pay attention to it. And that was really like the aha moment where I took the leap of faith and really kind of invested my time, energy, money into building Create and Cultivate into a company. What about you guys?
What was our aha moment? I feel like it started before telling about like your story.
Yeah, when I was a little girl, I loved fitness, and it always made me so happy to be active. And I would watch my mom work out to Jane Fonda DVDs, and I ran with my dad when I was 12. And it was in my early 20s where I was kind of like in a really dark place, and I was like, oh gosh, when was I happy? And it's been a long time, it's been 10 years. And I was like, when I was active and running. And so I started getting into triathlon, started working out again, and made a complete lifestyle change. And that's when I had this aha moment that my career, going back to what I knew in first grade, would be in fitness, and to let others feel better about themselves by being active and share, that you can really change your mindset through being active.
Love that.
I love that. I love thinking back to what makes you happy.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about it that way, but that's such a good way to think about it. Like, what are the things in life that bring you joy, and how can you turn them into something that you do for a living? That's amazing.
I feel like I started young, but I didn't have that aha moment until later too. I started to discover fitness because I was the heaviest girl in my grade growing up in elementary school, and then I discovered running, which I don't run now, so it's so funny that was like the first thing that I started to do, but it felt easy. I didn't know how to I didn't know like how to lift weights or anything, so I just knew how to run in a straight line.
Yeah.
And started doing tennis and different things like that. And I started weight training in high school, and then I decided to go to school for health science because I couldn't decide any other major. My parents were like, what do you want to do for your career? And I was like, I think I want to personal train, but really at the time it was for me. And so it still was about myself. And so the aha moment, where the moment that you have that where you're like, it's so much bigger than yourself and your own dreams, that's when you know that you're onto something. I was teaching classes in college. I got certified for group fitness, and I didn't think that anyone would show up to my classes. And I begged all my roommates to come. Thank you if you're watching. And I went, and like the whole room, it was like 60 girls were like lined up, and they all came to class. We blasted music, and we went through a workout, and I had all these things planned in my mind that I was going to do, and I just went with the music and did something totally different. That's why I never planned any of our workouts ahead of time. I realized it
Back to the root, yeah.
You're laughing too. They're like, she doesn't plan. And then what happened is that after class, girls that had never spoken to each other on campus were connecting. Girls that I had been seeing in the caf or like getting dinner, even in class that I had seen, we were connecting. And so girls were connecting on campus. So it wasn't even about the workout. It was about just women coming together and becoming friends. And a lot of them became best friends even through that. And so we always piled into that room Wednesdays at 6 p.m. And And then I was like, wow, this is what I love. And so I love personal training, but group fitness was my aha moment. And then I thought that was going to just be, I was going to do that, and then I would open a studio and it would all be group fitness. And then we met.
We were both in the fitness industry,
Yep.
doing great in our own path, and then we met and we were like,
we could go big.
We can go big together and really share our message with both of our own superpowers and everything we had done. We could, the number one message we wanted to give women is to give them a safe place to come together in a community and let them know that they can be happy and healthy and live a good life.
I love that so much.
Oh my gosh. And our aha moment together, that was like we were making an impact, and it kind of reminds me of what you said of after the Ace Hotel, like your first event. We had a Tone It Up meetup. It's like a meetup before meetups were even like a thing.
Yeah, do you remember way back?
Oh yeah, of course.
And then we went to New York Times Square and we saw all these people there.
Yeah.
And we're like, why are they here?
And they were in line for us. And we were like, we went into a dressing room, we were like, okay.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And they were all there, and it was so cool because they got to meet us, but it was like they were all there to talk amongst each other and to meet each other.
Yeah.
And then they would meet us and they'd be like, hi, just want a picture real quick, and then I'm gonna get back to this. And
Yeah,
like,
we're
oh,
gonna
this
go grab a
is
drink.
this is so much bigger than anything that we could have ever imagined. And this is like we're onto something. Let's keep on going.
Yeah, we
and
realized
the hard
there was
times,
realized there was something there, and women were coming together, and our passion, our dream was coming into fruition. So that also gave us that aha moment, gave us that boost, like, okay, we're on the right path.
Yeah, we can do this. Through
So
all
good.
of it.
And I love that, kind of you were saying, I didn't think anyone would show up to my class, and you get to Times Square and you're like, what are all these people here for?
Yeah.
Like that kind of moment.
It still happens.
Yeah.
We just had an event yesterday and Karina goes, everyone came.
It's like I was afraid we were gonna show up and there'd be like 2 people.
I'm the same way about Create Cultivate. Every time I'm like, is anyone there? Has anyone got? My team's like, yeah, like 800 people are here. I'm like, oh, okay, great. It's
know
like
what?
you're still.
Number one advice, just stay humble.
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers, girls. Cheers. So cute.